This video is either going to go very poorly or it's going to be very fun. So stay tuned and skip and click the timestamp if you want to see your favorite team. We're starting off with the Chiefs. Andy Reid's a big old Santa Claus. Plus, there's a lot of promise with the Chiefs, a lot of promise with Christmas. It's all hype, but it kind of lives up to it. You got some music involved, maybe a little bit of drama, but overall, it's a pretty nice holiday. The Chargers are January 24th, and you may be thinking that's not a holiday. I'll be including some dates in here, and it just makes sense. You're in the zone, maybe choking some of your New Year's resolutions away, but overall, it's time to focus. You're in the grind, and you got to set up your own future here. The Raiders are Memorial Day weekend because maybe not the top tier, but you're starting to feel a little bit better with the path. Has to deal with great leaders, and they also can be pretty fun. The Broncos are National Cereal Day. Overall, you're just kind of confused about what the hell's going on. You kind of forget about what moves they made or what's actually happening until the day of, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about everything that kind of happened. So overall, it's kind of confusing. The Giants are Father's Day because nice history. You have a couple rings over the past couple of years, but when you lose your dad, like Eli Manning, it's just not as fun anymore, and you're always talking about the past sometimes, and you want to build the future, but Father's Day is a time to reflect. The Cowboys are at Fridays at 3 p.m. They're really fun as a kid, getting off the bus at 3 p.m., but overall, on Fridays at 3, you're still at work, you're anticipating something that may or may not happen on Friday night, and you're kind of in a lull here, a little bit of drama sometimes too, especially on that school bus. The Eagles are Saturday at 9 a.m. specifically because the world's your oyster. A lot of talent, weekend. You can have a good run game on Saturday morning. You can even have a good bike game on a Saturday morning as well. So the world is your oyster. The Commandos are specifically Sunday at 10 a.m. because maybe some accidents in the past. You may want to go to church, pray that your team is going to be pretty good. You got some guys coming in that you're not sure it's going to work out, so hopefully things work out the best. The Titans are Veterans Day. Back to the basics, bringing in a bunch of talent, military leaders, bringing everybody together, trying to build a new shape forward. Very proud organization. The Jags are New Year's Eve, right? Because it can either go really good or really bad. There's a lot of expectations going on. Good in some previous years, but you're not too sure how this year is going to go, and there's a countdown because things can change if they don't go that well. The Colts are the beginning of summer. Because there's uncertainty, you hope that you're healthier in the beginning of summer so you can do the things that you want to do, but chances are that you get hurt, like me. I broke my wrist in the beginning of summer. That wasn't fun. The Texans are Thursday at 6 p.m. because you've been dealing with it. You've been battling for the past couple of years. A lot of drama, but there's some hope ahead. You're just not quite there yet. You're cautiously optimistic, but there's still some work to do. Not sure if you want to pick them yet. The Packers are President's Day because there's a lot of goats up there. You got the top three. Well, no, 4. There's 4 on the. But yeah, the best you can do sometimes is the President's Day sale, but overall pretty impressive. The Lions are the 4th of July. Don't really need to explain that anymore. Fireworks, toughness, grittiness, just the definition of America. They're really America's team. Next is the Vikings because it's the beginning of the year. It's New Year's Day. That's theirs, and you're in the beginning. You're not too sure if this quarterback is going to work or not. You're not too sure about anything really, and nothing's really granted, but there is still a lot of talent. There's a lot of promise for this team, but still a lot of competition. The Bears are spring break. A lot of fun. Starting to heat up. Not too sure what's going to exactly happen, but it should be a fun time, especially your first spring break. It's like, I don't even know. This is crazy meeting new people, going these different places. Just hope that you're not going to get in trouble and ruin everything you worked hardly for. So the next is the Steelers. It's your birthday. The Steelers are your birthday because it can get old after a while, but overall it's a fun time. But then you're reminded about how many years you've been living. Sometimes it's a little bit depressing, but overall just a solid day. And you may get some presents, but overall it's not going to be too impressive. The Bengals are the first day of school. The Bengals are just, you don't know what's going to. You're trying to dress up the best you can. You're trying to put a facade on Joe Burrow, see if he's going to be healthy. But it can change very quickly if you don't get the right homeroom, and things can spiral down pretty quick. The Browns are Halloween. Scary, right? You want to watch out for the old guys because they can be little creeps, but it's a fun treat, really exciting, kind of unique, and you're not really too sure what to think about it. Some people hate them, some people like it. Ravens are Easter because it changes every year. Sometimes it's in March, sometimes it's in April, but you're kind of just waiting for those 40 days. You're waiting for that period in Lent, and you're seeing what it can give. It doesn't really matter what beforehand, but it's overall just very religious experience because you are elated and then you're just brought right back to the ground, back down. The Falcons are Columbus Day. I was thinking about putting the Commanders as Columbus Day because the whole the whole Indigenous Peoples Day stuff, but Falcons are Columbus Day because now it's like, what day is it? We don't really know what's happening here. Very confusing, and we'll see what happens in the future. The Saints are Hanukkah because you get something small for 10 days, but if you spend expensively, you're going to have some cap troubles after a while. After December, you're kind of focused on other teams, not Hanukkah. The Bucs are Monday at 3 p.m. because you are grinding. You just came off a previous high of the weekend, but it's time to focus. Some promise, but not too yet. You're still going to have to try to build back. The Panthers are Monday at 7 a.m. You wake up, and it just sucks. The Bills are Valentine's Day because it's the people you love, right? You care about it. You are trying to be a better person, but nobody's willing to talk to you until it gets to February. And even then, there's a little bit of drama going on. You wanna be appreciated, but it seems like whatever you do, you just can't get over the hump if you're single. Next is the Patriots. They're January 3rd. I know the Vikings were January 1st, but it's January 3rd. That's when their season's gonna end, and it's just like the middle of nowhere. They no real promise, no real nothing. You're kind of just waiting to get back to school, going back to work, and it's after the holidays. Next to the Dolphins, they're Friday at 9 p.m. Just fun, flashy, but it could go all the way down in just a couple hours when it's, especially in the cold, when it gets to the winter, it's not fun at Fridays at 9 p.m. The Jets are Thanksgiving. Just drama all the way. Your uncle's talking about different things. Good side dishes and stuff like that. Good supporting cast for the main dish, the turkey, but the turkey's starting to talk, and you just want everyone to be quiet. The Rams are the whole month of May because not too flashy or fun anymore now that Aaron Donald's retired, but you got Mother's Day, you got a couple holidays in that weekend. You are grinding to get to finals right in the beginning, right in the middle of that. So overall, it is a pretty solid team, and you are heating up in the month of May. The Cardinals are the week after Christmas. Week after Christmas because it could be pretty fun. It really does depend. Like, it can be a great week where you're going out and having a good time, but also it can be very boring and very not eventful, depending on how everything is working out, see how everyone develops. The 49ers are March Madness for the first weekend. Very fun, but you know it's not going to last all the way. But, I mean, you're gonna get a couple days here where it's fun, exciting, but the question is, can you get over the hump and get to the Final Four? The Seahawks are Tuesday at 10 a.m. Taco Tuesday, still pretty fun, but you're in that work and grind mode. You're going back to the basics. And Tuesday, there's really nothing going on throughout the entire year. There's no like Tuesday Night Football. There's no really nothing like that. So you are trying to get all the distractions out and trying to build a new future. Let me know what your favorite team was, and I'll see you guys in the next video.